Deal with anything from arson to terrorism. With footage of genuine fire rescues, this is Inferno 999.
Hello, fire service. Where's the fire?
Can you get it here quickly? Somebody's just put a petrol bomb through my door.
How bad is the fire?
Really bad. I can't touch the door.
Hello? 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 Fire service, where's the fire?
It's downstairs. Smoke's coming up.
Can you get outside?
Oh, God. My flat's full of it.
All right, just keep going on the floor where you are. They know where you are. They're on the way to you right now.
"24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Manchester's firefighters are on call to deal with fires, urban rescues, terrorist attacks, and road accidents. But not cats up trees. Inferno gets to the heart of their world, using cameras worn by firefighters as they work in temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees centigrade.
Waking up by a neighbour to tell him his 2 cars were on fire.
Obviously someone is just out of bloody mindedness to set fire to the place.
Listen, lad, listen, there should be a 5-year-old kid in there.
At night, the average time it takes a Manchester fire and rescue crew to reach an incident is 3 minutes 27 seconds. Broughton Ambers are racing to this shout with no idea of what they'll face when they get there.
Get a feed from that into there.
They've been called in as reinforcement.
Oh, coming!
The fire's spreading fast, and now it's taken hold in the back of a truck. And this is bad news.
Lads! Back! No, they're staying there. The cylinders. We're not sure how many there are, but there's some kind of gas cylinders gassing off inside. It's what we call a blevy. It's a boiling liquid expanding vapour explosion. Basically, the liquid will boil under heat to the extent that the actual cylinder might rupture.
A gas cylinder rupturing is like a bomb exploding. Just one could devastate an area of more than 200 square meters. Kirk doesn't know how many there are, but he does know they could explode at any second.
The lad who owns the yard, he said it's been there for about 12 months, that wagon's ever moved. He said there's any bottles in it, there'll only be empty ones.
That's worse for us.
This puts Ambers and everyone else in the yard in real danger. Kirk decides to pull the lads back. Keeping low and taking cover reduces the risk of injury.
Doing what we call defensive firefighting. Just standing back and just pour copious amounts of water on it to cool the cylinders down.
12,000 litres of water later, the tanks are cooled to the point where it's safe to approach the truck and get direct access. Now they should be safe to handle. There were 12 cylinders in the truck, enough to cause an explosion big enough to devastate Wembley Stadium. But for Amber Watch, it's another job done.
This is what you join for. You get stuck in, get dirty and put fires out. Love it.
More than 80 car fires are reported every week in Manchester, and every one is an unknown quantity.
You never know what you're going to. Could be a genuine car fire, but the car just burst into flames. Well, that's very rare, that. They're usually stolen cars or arson attacks.
It's a quiet suburban street in the grip of a car fire epidemic. 2 have been torched, and they belong to the same man.
Is that your car as well? You haven't got a key for that?
No, got a key for that.
The crew commander is responsible for initial fire investigation.
Waking up by a neighbour to tell him his 2 cars are on fire. Obviously deliberate ignition, petrol's been thrown on both cars and set alight. There's the petrol soaked inside the engine and the dashboard, making it difficult to extinguish both fires.
When we first came, you could see that they'd lost the first car, whereas the car on the drive was just smouldering a bit, so it's more important to try and save the second car, you know, rather than waste time on one that's definitely a write-off.
Due to Dolly's suspicions, he's called the police, and this is now a crime scene.
Idea what started the fires?
I think petrol, it was the smell of petrol when we got here.
Right.
It looks like it's been thrown up the front here, and it's dumped to the front of this car. There's the petrol soaked inside the engine and the dashboard.
2 arsons then, haven't we?
Yeah.
It looks like a personal vendetta, so now Dolly's main concern is the family's safety.
I don't want to frighten you, but have you got a smoke alarm? Do you want us to fit you one in there, just in case?
The family agreed to have a smoke detector fitted. Now the case is in the hands of the police. Despite the firefighters' efforts to save one of the cars, both are total write-offs. Empty buildings are a magnet for arsonists. This former school uniform shop has been smouldering for over an hour, and now the fire has taken hold.
You been round there? Al? They got in here. The building's locked up tight as a drum, so we're just trying to sort of get a safe way in. I can't put my lads through a little gap because if the fire got worse, they'd have no way of getting out. Andy, I'm in at the front. I just pulled the padlock off with my hands.
2 firefighters wearing breathing apparatus are sent in to fight the fire and check that no vagrants or kids are trapped inside.
Listen, lads, just be careful when you go in. Have a look around, make sure there's no paraffins in, will you? Just be very careful for sort of debris dropping on your head.
There's danger everywhere, and one of the lads gets a reality check when the floor gives way beneath him.
How's it going? Right, be careful of them stairs, don't trust them, all right? They look as though they're burnt through.
The stairs have disintegrated. Since taking hold, the fire has ripped up through the building, and it's now in the roof.
You can just see it breaking through there. That's good news for us when it vents out like that.
Inside, the lads may have got the fire under control, but there's still danger from falling debris.
No, I'll have you out before the platform starts. We're just setting up.
The heat is intense. The flames have died down, but the smoke is superheated, and the lads are working in temperatures of over 500 degrees centigrade.
What do you send fire involving ground and first? You get up there in a matter of seconds safely. He'll break the tiles off, and at the same time he'll use the hose out of the case to put the fire out. Simultaneously, we'll have to pull our breathing apparatus wearers out so we don't sort of bring tiles down on their heads. Al! We're putting the platform up!
The building's clear. No one is trapped inside. Now the aerial can finish the job.
Yeah, everyone's out.
After this deliberate fire, this old, empty but perfectly sound building now faces demolition.
Obviously somebody's just out of bloody mindedness to set fire to the place. They don't realise the consequence of their actions, that maybe a lads could have gone in there, fell through a floor, possibly broke the back or even been killed. At the time they just see it as lighting a fire and it's a big laugh. but it isn't, because sort of firefighters get killed like that all the time.
Where's the fire?
Black Road, Blakely.
Black Road at Blakely. What's on fire there?
The kids have just set fire to the bedroom.
The bedroom's on fire. Right, are you all out of the house?
Yeah, we're all outside.
All right.
Yeah.
We're on the way to you now. Stay outside.
Domestic property bedroom fire. But it's not our area, so we're having to look it up properly. What are you doing? It's taking us past the hospital. Yeah.
6 minutes after being turned out, Blue Watch arrive. The house is full of smoke that must be cleared before they can begin to work out how the fire started.
Right. Put the fan on, Andy. Right, you've got your room of origin in there. So obviously a bed's been set on fire. So what we're doing now, as soon as the fire's out, the BA men get onto the radio, put the fan on.
Mum of two, Tanya, has left her kids with neighbours while the firefighters investigate.
Well, I've got up this morning to get the kids ready for school. I usually have my door locked because my son's got ADHD. And I've obviously unlocked it to get ready and everything. And my son's got in my room and got a lighter off the floor. And then my daughter's running, screaming, saying he's set a fire. And then I've run obviously to the back bedroom and all the curtains have gone up in flames. So I've just got the kids and got them out the house.
Well, I mean, this would have been like 4 o'clock in the morning. It'd probably been a serious fire.
The children's bedroom is badly damaged.
So it's got attention deficit disorder where you can't control the behaviour as such. It just means that he's a little bit more out of control than a normal child.
You've probably got your probable cause here. Is he? Is he?
All we know about the lad who sleeps in here now is he's 3-year-old, he's got attention deficit disorder, and just found the lights up windowsill, which probably is the cause of it. That's all we know about him up to now. Made a right mess of his bedroom, hasn't he?
And I've just decorated.
Nervous laughter is a classic reaction to the shock and stress of being caught up in a fire.
No.
Both beds are going to have to go out completely. Carpet, it's quite badly damaged the TV.
Are the clothes safe?
Yeah, the clothes are fine in there.
Okay.
It's a lucky escape. The fact that you and your kids are safe is good to us. So we're going to rip all this out now. You're going to end up with an empty bedroom effectively. Okay. But you've got to look at it like that. As long as you can buy another bed in a couple of months, you'll have forgotten all about it. You'll have all new painted walls. It'll be nice and sweet again. But you and your kids will still be dead happy. Yeah. So we're going to rip all this out. We'll have a look around, make sure nothing else has been, we can ding it. You're going to have to get onto the housing to sort your windows out. Yeah. Okay.
So it's just shock at the moment, I think. It's not quite sunk in.
It only took 90 seconds for the fire in this room to take hold, but Blue Watch spent 2 hours dealing with the aftermath. On the second shift, women caught inside an inferno.
Can you hear me still? I can't! Hello, fire service. Where's the fire?
It's downstairs.
How many of you are there in the house?
4 of us.
Can you hear me still?
I can't!
For firefighters, a person's reported shout is the big one and what they join for. a chance to save lives.
It's a confirmed fire. It's confirmed people trapped in the house. So, obviously, it's a matter of urgency now. There's another appliance already en route, so hopefully they'll be there before us. Should get them out.
Can you hear me? I can't see anything! I can't get out! Don't worry, they'll be there in a minute. Shout to the others to get on the floor.
Off to the right here, it's going like I don't know what, I'm telling you now. You ready, lads?
The road's blocked by parked cars, and they have to run the last 50 yards to the blazing house. Every second counts, and even passers-by are helping to run the hoses for the lads. This fire has taken hold in less than 10 minutes, and the house is an inferno.
Get that water on there! Hit the top, don't hit the bottom!
Spraying water into the smoke to cool it helps reduce the heat faced by the firefighter going up the ladder and the rescuer inside the house. One woman has already been rescued, and now not wearing breathing apparatus and breaking all the rules. Firefighter Kevin Williams has risked his own life to save her daughter. With both women out of the house, it's vital the lads find out if anyone else is still inside.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is there 2 people inside?
No. 4 people.
There's still 2 more?
Getting accurate information can make the difference between life and death.
There's 5.
Your son's 5. Are you still in there?
No, I have 4.
Listen, there should be a 5-year-old kid in there, according to this.
No, there isn't.
No? We're not, hang on now, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Is that on there? Is that on there? Yes. Now listen, John.
I don't think there's anybody else.
John, that's it. Listen, lads. Come down. There's no one else in. Take your time now, lads.
After a moment's confusion, they confirm there is no 5-year-old trapped inside and can now start to tackle the blaze.
Be careful, lads. Be really careful.
Watch your pressure, lads.
As the first team enter the house, they're hit by a wall of supercharged heat and fierce flames. They're working in temperatures of more than 1,000 degrees centigrade. The extreme conditions mean they're breathing hard and using up their oxygen faster than usual.
Where's your partner? Coming out?
Right, he's coming out. There's still going in there. I'm not landing.
Okay. Well, sit down and tell Bill everything you know. You okay? Take yourself and sit down.
Very, very hot. Very hot. The adrenaline was pumping, but yeah, it's, you know, obviously still quite frightening, but...
Okay. We had lads up on the ladder, out the window, carrying out the rescue. But due to, obviously, the intense heat, smoke, we couldn't really put too much water downstairs on the fire. Initially, that's to prevent steam rising. Obviously, it's going to cook the guy upstairs, you see.
After his extreme bravery, Kevin's main concern is the woman he rescued.
The intense heat was there, you know, you were struggling to get into the front garden. There was quite a crowd of people all shouting to help him. So. You don't really hear any of that. I could hear the girl, that was it. She was screaming for help. Just hope she's all right after that, you know.
Finally, the fire is brought under control. It's taken almost an hour and involved more than 30 firefighters.
Just thanks for that. It was really, really, really fantastic effort. Careful.
Yeah, it's just steam, that.
This has been one of the fiercest and fastest developing house fires any of them have ever encountered. The house may be devastated, but the family who were living here have been incredibly lucky.
Another 2 minutes, the two that were still remaining in the building would not got out alive. Tell me where the furniture was. There's nothing left at all. That tells you how intense the fire was.
On the next watch...
Asbestos is involved. It's in the walls of the building. Everybody in there has got to be under BA, all right?
We found gas! Strange, really. The gas was leaking out of the gas cooker, so we're just investigating, you know, whether it was intentionally put on.
This time yesterday, just a normal household, carrying on the day-to-day life, and now, as you can see, difficult to imagine that ever taking place, really. It's very sad.
Next tonight, Tom Ford and Vicky Butler-Henderson return with a brand new series of Fifth Gear. Tiff's testing the fastest car in the world, and Kieran Bracken is given his toughest challenge yet.